friends, welcome back to Stappystamper. My name is Terry Stapp, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Central Texas. Welcome back. We have been working on some Boo Buddy crafts. This is video 3 of 5. And you may wonder, if you're not familiar with the term, what in the world is a Boo Buddy? Well, since Halloween is not really a time where people send cards like they do for Christmas or Valentine's Day, a Boo Buddy is where maybe you work in an office or a campus, a school, something like that. You draw a name, and for a few days before before Halloween, you give that person, your secret pal, your Boo Buddy, a little gift each day. So this series is focused more on crafts than cards. So what is something that we could do where we could put a small gift inside of something and give it to a friend? Today, no, let me back up. Video 1, we made an explosion box. I'm not going to open it this time. Go back and look at video 1. Essentially, you take off the twaddle bow, the lid comes off, the sides come out. You can have gift cards in there. There's a place to put a gift card on each side of the box, and you can fill it with candy or other small treats that your Boo Buddy might appreciate. In video 2, we made a gift card holder. So there are friends out there that are fans of pumpkin spice. They like pumpkin spice everything and can't wait to get to pumpkin spice season every year. So nothing's better than pumpkin spice. You open it up and there's a little gift card holder. You can put in a gift card to your Boo Buddy's favorite coffee shop and give this as a gift for one of the days. Now, as crazy as it may seem, there are people out there that are not fans of pumpkin spice. I know they exist. But if they're not fans of pumpkin spice, another thing that you can do is create this little card. It's just a regular card on the inside, plenty of room for you to write. But there's a little pocket on the front. And then using the More Than Autumn, I thought, well, if we're not going to do pumpkin spice, maybe we could do some apple cider instead. So there's the little packets of cider. You could get those. I just put one, but you could put a couple, probably 2 would fit in here. There's also, if they're not apple cider people, you could also do hot cocoa. But this is a cute little treat holder with room to write inside. All right, so let's make this one. We're heading back to our More Than Autumn. Once again, I will pop up some screenshots on how to order this if you are interested in having this stamp set. It is not in a catalog, but it is available online. So I'll pop up some screenshots to show you how to get there. And I'm going to start with the materials. So I'm going to go through real quick the materials that you're going to need. And then I'm going to pop up a slide that has all of the materials printed out. You can pause the video on that slide. You can get your materials together and then push play, and then we can craft along together at the same time. All right. For this particular card, we have a base card. It's a regular size base card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25 this way. This is in Cajun Craze. So my base card color is Cajun Craze. Also in Cajun Craze, I have a piece of cardstock that is 6 by 3.5. It is scored at 1/2 and 1 on the bottom and both sides. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I think you can see it, but I've scored it. Here's a 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Scored at the bottom at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Scored on this side, 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Don't do anything to the top. Okay. Once it's scored, and we'll do this part together, we're going to remove the squares at both corners. Okay, so there's 4 little squares, but they make one big square. We're going to remove the whole big square right there. All right, that's my base card color. My matte color this time is, oh, hold on. One more piece of Cajun Craze. I forgot my 5/8 of an inch strip. I cut it longer so that I can cut it to size when I have it glued down. The final size is going to be 5/8 by 4. All right, now my matte color. My matte color is basic black. You're going to need 2 pieces of basic black that are cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And another piece of basic black that is 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. My basic color, the vanilla, the white, the piece that I want to craft on, put my sentiment on, be able to write on, regular size, 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have some designer series paper. So this designer series paper, I went into my stash and found some old designer series paper that I'm trying to get rid of and work through the tons and tons and tons of paper that I have been hanging on to. So I went into my stash from several years ago, chose a piece of designer series paper. I chose this one because it's kind of cidery. It's Cajun Craze, but it reminded me of apple cider and thought it would go well with what we were doing today. So I have a piece of DSP that is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. Another piece that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Another piece that is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. I have my 1/2 inch strip. Once again, the final size is going to be 1/2 by 4, but I always cut them a little bit longer. And then I have my focal point, my greeting. This is what my greeting is on. It's basic black and basic white. I used my Spotlight on Nature dies and then my More Than Autumn stamps and dies and created this little piece. So I cut out 2 circles. I used the dies from the More Than Autumn set, cut out apple in Cajun Craze, and then I stamped Cider is the Best in Memento Black. I also stamped, colored, and die cut the little cup. Both of these have dimensionals on the back. So when we get there, I'll remove the backing of the dimensionals. This will go right here. And then this will go on the front of the card. And then I have a little black and white piece of ribbon that's going to go right up there and finish the whole thing off. Okay, next is for you to gather your supplies. So I'm going to get my table ready for crafting, and I will put up the slide. You go gather your materials and meet me back here in just a second. Alrighty, welcome back. I have my materials laid out and ready to go. We are going to start with our base card. So go ahead and pull your piece of your base card color. Mine is Cajun Craze. Pull yours. It is scored at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. And I'm going to take my bone folder and fold this over and give it a good zhuzh here to make a nice crease. Now, what I want to do next, I think I'm going to do, go ahead and do the inside. Let's pull one of our pieces of basic black that is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. We're going to pull our piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to pull our 2 strips, our 5/8 of an inch and our 1/2 inch strip. So let's put these 2 pieces together like so. This is going to go on this. My white is going to go on my black. And then that is going to make the inside of our card. Okay. Adhesive right here. Maybe. My day is just starting. It's about, what time is it? It is almost 7:30. I've been up since 5 something, which is usual. I'm trying to get all my stuff done because I'm going to go drive down to Rockport today. We have our camper down there and keep it at an RV park. And we spend probably half our time down there. But I'm going to be gone for most of next week. So I need to get this done. And my brain isn't quite functioning just yet. I've had my cups of coffee. I'm waiting for that to kick in. Okay. This is glued. Now I'm going to trim just like that. All my stuff done because I'm going to go drive down to Rockport today. We have our camper down there and keep it at an RV park. And we spend probably half our time down there. But I'm going to be gone for most of next week. So I need to get this done. And my brain isn't quite functioning just yet. I've had my cups of coffee. I'm waiting for that to kick in. Okay. This is glued. Now I'm going to trim just like that. Oh, see? My snips just fell. Okay. It's fine. All right. This piece is going to go here. I'm going to put adhesive on the back here. Hope I can make it through. If not, I bet I have some more adhesive on standby. This is going to go on here. All right. Now, this piece here, this is my designer series paper that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I went ahead, it's not necessary, you don't have to, but I just went ahead, once again, I have the paper that I'm trying to use up. This is from several years ago, and I'm just trying to use it so I don't feel so bad about having it and all the paper stacking up. So I went ahead and cut a piece, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it on the inside just to give it a little bit more color in there. But once again, it's not completely necessary that you glue a piece on the inside of your card. No, that's not quite straight. That's better. Okay, let's go ahead and work on the outside of the card. First thing we're going to do is get our base, put down the base on the front. So find the other piece of basic black that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And find your piece of designer series paper that is 5 1/4 by 4. Let's put these two together. Just like this. And then this is going to go on the front of your card. So by the time you're watching this, it'll probably be Wednesday the, gosh, is that going to be October? It's already going to be October. Where does time go? Hopefully, so this is Thursday, and I'm going to go get my spray tan and drive down to Rockport around noon. So hopefully by the time you see this, I can pop up some pictures. We've already gone fishing over the weekend, and we will have caught a ton of fish, and I can pop up some pictures for you of the different fish that we caught. If I don't pop up any pictures, that means that we didn't catch anything. So hopefully that's not the case. Okay, pull your other piece of your base color. Cajun Craze is mine. It is the piece that's cut at 6 by 3 1/2. And then it is scored at 1/2 and 1 on both of the sides and the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder again and give each part a really good crease. And I'm going to remove the squares at the corner. So I'm going to bring this up here. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. We want to remove this one big square. So all 4 of those squares are going to get removed. Just like this. And just like, oops, there goes my adhesive. And just like this. Okay, now we're going to decorate the front right here. So find your piece of matte color. Mine is basic black, 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. And then find your piece of designer series paper that is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Those are going to get put together and then put on the front just like that. It's easier to do it now before we do the next step. Okay, let's get that part done. So I just retired, well, not just, I retired about, I guess it's been 3 months now. June 25th was my last official work day. I was in education for 34 years. I was a teacher, an instructional coach, a literacy specialist, a campus support specialist. I think it's going to go this way. I spent the first couple of months, what I called my summer break, and I really didn't get anything around the house done. Okay, we have this piece here. This is going to get glued down right here. These pieces are going to fold in. So you can see this piece right here makes a side. This gets glued. This makes a side. This gets glued. This makes the bottom. And this gets glued. So it's going to be like this on your card. Okay. Now what I've found is it's easiest to do one piece at a time. So I'm going to put glue here. And I'm going to glue this down like that. And then I'm going to do a side and fold it over and glue it, and a side and fold it over and glue it. Okay, let's get this part done. So anyway, I didn't really do anything for the first 2 months. Now this past month, I've cleaned out my closet, and I'm starting on my craft room now, which is why I'm trying to use up all of this paper and extra supplies, because I have a lot that I didn't realize I had so much. Okay, easiest way to do that is we're going to take this piece of glue, this piece of paper with the glue, and we're going to put it right down here. So I want this crease to be at the bottom of my card. I actually want it to be where the black part is. I want that to be exposed, but I want to cover up this piece of paper. So that's why I used my liquid glue, because it's going to give me some wiggle room. And I'm just going to put my crease on the edge right there where I want it. Okay, that makes the bottom of my box, just like that. Now I'm going to start with another side. I'm going to put some glue, another little strip of glue. And I'm going to fold this just like that and glue that down. And I'm going to wiggle it until I get it straight. I want this to meet up with the bottom of my card. I want the corners to be square. I don't want to have a big gap hanging out. And since it's liquid glue, I'm going to hold it down just a little bit. I'm going to get my little bone folder and give it a good press from the inside. Now be careful on the original card that I made. I was pressing it, and since it's liquid glue, it wiggles a little bit. And I was pressing it, but it was getting it off of where I wanted it to be. It was pushing it away from where I had glued it down. So be careful that you press it, but it's not moving. Okay. Last part is right here. I'm going to put glue on this one. And then this is going to get tucked under. And I want it to be squared up at the bottom as well. And I'm going to take it and press from the inside. I think it may have gotten a little too far. So I'm taking my bone folder and running it along the inside and just kind of massaging it to make it sit where I want it. Give it a good rub. Okay, that is our little box. Now, if your boo buddy isn't a fan of, you know, apple cider or whatever, hold on, I'm going to grab something that teachers love. Okay. There's not, well, I'm not going to say there's not a teacher out there. A lot of teachers love Flair pens. So if you want to do a Boo Buddy thing, but you don't want to do apple cider because your Boo Buddy doesn't like apple cider, this little envelope can be filled with whatever you want to put in there. Like I said, if you want to use the stamp set, it has hot cocoa. You could do a packet of hot cocoa. You could also do, oh, it fits. So you can get these Flair pens. Teachers love Flair pens. And you can put a pack of Flair pens. Let's see. This is 6. It looks like 3 more would probably fit. You could fit 9 Flair pens inside of this little box on the front. And put a different little sentiment. Maybe it's going to be not a Boo Buddy. Maybe it's going to be a teacher gift. And you want to give your child's teacher a little treat. Teachers love Flair pens. Trust me. Okay, so you could even do that. Okay, be creative. It creates a little pocket there. Put whatever you want in there. And then make the sentiment fit what you have. I don't have anything that says Flair pens, but you could just do a simple greeting. Thank you, teacher. You're the best. You could handwrite it. Have your child handwrite it. It can be, make it however you want it. Okay, so I have my apple cider is the best. I did put dimensionals just on the bottom half. So don't put it all the way up. I did that by accident on the first one that I made, and I was like, oh no, wait, that won't work. So I only need dimensionals on the bottom half, and that is going to get put right there. So I'm going to peel the backing off. Spider's going to go get covered up. Sorry, Spider. Let's do, what I'm doing here is I'm looking at is the best, and I'm trying to get that parallel to the bottom. Okay. Then my cup. I also have dimensionals on the back of my cup. And that's going to get popped up right here. Give it a little jaunty little side cup right there. And then to finish it off, I have my black and white checked bow. To put that on, I'm going to grab some glue dots. Where am I grabbing my glue dots? Those are too big. I think these will work. And I'm going to take my take your pick tool, and I'm going to grab 3 glue dots. I'm going to put one in the middle, right up here. And then I'm going to put one on each side, and this is what's going to hold my bow down. Okay, I'm going to peel off the backings, or the frontings. Okay, and I'm going to take my bow, and I'm going to put it right in the middle, just like that. And then we have a finished product. Apple cider is the best. If you have a friend that is not a fan of pumpkin spice, you can do apple cider, you can do hot chocolate. Don't put anything, do a big heart for your teacher. Do the apple. Maybe it's just the apple for the teacher. No, there we go. And then you put your flare pens or highlighters or pencils, whatever you want to give to your person that will fit in this little pocket at the front will absolutely work. And I guarantee the recipient is going to love it. They're going to see that you took the time to handcraft something and make it super special for them. Okay, friends. Next week, let's see. It's going to be October the 8th is going to be the next video. Wednesday, October the 8th, I think, is the correct date. The next video will release at noon on YouTube, and we will make craft number 4 for your Boo Buddy gifts. Stay tuned. Keep an eye out for it. And until then, happy stamping.